Hi and welcome back to Utopia. We believe that knowledge is power. My name is Sue Robson. I'm here to empower you through knowledge and motivation, and I'm not a professor. Let's get to learning. And in today's video, we are learning about the traits of the Sagittarius female. I've already done a video on the traits of Sagittarius male if you're interested, and I got a sneaking suspicion that if you're watching this video, you might be interested in knowing how to make a Sagittarius female fall in love with you, or in general, a Sagittarius. And if that is the case, I do have a video coming out right after this video about how to make a Sagittarius fall in love with you, so you should definitely subscribe so you don't miss that. And stereotype for the Sagittarius female is the Coachella girl. She is fun-loving, she's free-spirited, and she likes traveling from festival to festival, you know, trying everything under the sun and just having fun, laughing, enjoying her life, and living for today. Sagittarius females are party girls, and they are definitely travelers. They love experiencing new cultures and just being at a new destination, and they hate feeling confined to a place or anything really in life. They are extremely extroverted. They love getting to know people and experiencing new things. They are just in love with life itself. They are just that person who's always really passionate about what they're doing, very positive and optimistic, and who will make others have a good time by being around them. They are also honestly very flexible and adapting, and since they are so willing to try new things and experience new things, they are willing to try your way as well. They are in no way set in their ways, and they are always down to change the plan. Most of all, honestly, they just hate routine, and they don't do well with commitment, including romantically, which is why my next video on how to make a Sagittarius fall in love with you is so incredibly important, because Sagittarius are notoriously the hardest sign to pin down. Sagittarius are also lifelong learners, and honestly, they are more reflective and thinking than you might assume that they are, because they are, really easygoing, the party girl, positive and everything. But Sagittarius are honestly very philosophical, and she definitely does a lot of deep thinking and reading, and just tries to understand life and different aspects of life and people and different thoughts. There's a lot more going on in the head of this Coachella girl than you might think. But they are extremely energetic and adventurous, and always want to be doing physical things, going on a hike, going for a swim, going out partying. They love staying stimulated mentally but also physically, and they are a fire sign. They don't stand still. And while they are, like I said, reflected, that doesn't necessarily always translate or apply, because Sagittarius women can be extremely reckless with trying everything under the sun, and just making decisions that have this YOLO type of feel to it that may not be the most well thought out and smart decision, but can be really fun. They tend to choose fun. I think that one of the best traits of the Sagittarius female is their confidence. I absolutely adore confidence, and Sagittarius, she has it aplenty. And that is something, that also makes others feel confident. When that person is confident, with themselves, with their body, with their mind, with their personality, whatever, it makes you feel oh, maybe I should be confident with myself too. And it's just such a good vibe to bring into any type of situation. The problem with the Sagittarius though is that she may be a little cocky. Sagittarius are confident, and she's confident in her mind also, and she tends to believe that she's always right. And this makes me sad to say as a Virgo, but no one is always right. And Sagittarius also definitely tend to have issues with authority based on them, first of all, despising being confined, and secondly, believing that they know best. And yet they are very interested to learn about other people's perspectives. They are extremely curious, and they just want to know, okay, why do you think what you're thinking? And so if you meet a Sagittarius with a more open mind and with not claiming to be right, but explaining why you believe what you believe, it is easier to get the result that you're after than by being authoritarian. Sagittarius also fascinate me because they are both dreamers and doers. They have big ideas, big thoughts, and are very, what's the word I'm looking for, ambitious, but they are also intelligent and intellectual, and they are able to, sit down and actually get these things done. For a lot of people though, a Sagittarius might come off as abrasive. They are extremely blunt, which I also mentioned with my Sagittarius male video, that their bluntness can be, appreciated or not depending on the person. But Sagittarius are definitely more, like I said, cocky and confident and blunt. And so they lead just like this. They lead with like what they are actually thinking. They don't soften it. And if they're in an argument, they are in it to win it. They will not care about your feelings whatsoever. They're just presenting their case and they're gonna like push it through whatever the cost. You don't go to a Sagittarius for sensitivity, rather for more lighthearted things. They are incredibly charming, or can be incredibly charming when they're not, this abrasive type of person. And they are super flirty, and it is hard to tell whether or not a Sagittarius is flirting with you because they're interested or just because they are flirty, because it's part of their nature and they enjoy having a good time, like flirting, making people like you, just being sort of like superficial. It is a good time, and some might call it fake, but for them, it's just, it might mean something else, It's just like, oh, this is just for having fun. But also, there is an element of definitely a Sagittarius, also fire sign, also they do crave attention and admiration, and they do have a really, really big ego, and getting people interested in them or like charming the party is something that definitely feeds that ego and is a priority for them. So for some Sagittariuses, they may be honestly straight up narcissistic, and I think if Sagittarius were to like die on a hill, it would be the hill of their ego. And they are, as mentioned, emotionally distant, cold. To some, it may feel cruel almost, that they have like this like way of drawing people in and being friends with them and everything. But when it comes to emotions, they are just, you're on your own. It may be a harsh reality when dealing with a Sagittarius, but this is obviously a more immature Sagittarius trait, and something that varies within Sagittarius and also varies with age. And it is interesting because in general, Sagittarius, they do love people. They love getting to know people. They are extremely fascinated by people. They are super, super extroverted, and they do love having a connection, but just their connection is maybe based more on like activities and fun, or building something together, and not necessarily, like crying together over a poem. And a weakness of the Sagittarius that you may be able to guess based on like their whole wanderlust lifestyle is that they are pretty bad with money, which comes with territory of being like impulsive and looking for a good time. Sagittarius is being charismatic, optimistic, fun-loving, and intelligent are very great conversationalists. And they do love talking things out. They love giving advice. They love receiving advice. They love, developing in a conversation. And they just generally love talking. So if you're a person who loves talking, babbling, whatever, having a Sagittarius friend is amazing. And they really love talking to people who are different from them because they love getting that fresh perspective. They are, like I said, lifelong learners, and that's not just like book knowledge. They love learning from people and about people and other types of perspectives. And if you come to Sagittarius with like something they've never seen before, they absolutely have an open mind and they would love to learn about it. And that is something that is very special when someone is both a good talker and a great listener. To sum up, social, adventurous, giddy, intelligent, talkative, truthful, active, rebellious, inconsiderate, unabashed, and smiling.